Hello, hello, chat. How's it going? Hope everyone's doing well and having a great start to the week. Hold on, what day is it? Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Hope everyone is having a good week so far. Let me get in the game. Hold on. I got you. Stop the epic music here. Hey, there I am. Oh, the camera like actually loaded right away. Beautiful. It worked. Hey, Kmart, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. I'm on my island. We're gonna go do Pandemonium first thing. Patch 6.4 dropped today. Very exciting. I had to work a little harder to avoid spoilers. I don't know anything about MSQ. We're not doing MSQ today. Nice hair, thank you. Oh, I should talk about my haircut. Oh, god damn it, why are you using pat? There's no cato to pato. I cannot pato the cato when the cat cam is not on because there's no cat here. But I will hydrate. Thank you. Where's your... No, you cannot use... Oh, actually, I should have activated those yesterday. My bad. Sorry. But, yeah, they don't apply right now. There's no saving in 14, and there's no mon, so I'm not turning those on. But anyway... Yeah, I got a haircut over the weekend. What did you... What? Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you for the Momo with the finger in his mouth pyramid, Darjeelinkling. Thank you for that. He's a very good boy. But yeah, I got my haircut over the weekend, and so it's very short in the back here. There's like, it's all gone. I cut off a lot of it. And then she cut the front like way too short. My real hair is actually like up to here on the front, which I don't really like because I like having a little bit of a long thing here. So these are extensions, but they're very cute extensions. So that's exciting. Anyway, my hair is back to being reddish pink. I'm very happy with it. People look for me when I go work conventions based on my hair color, so it's weird for me to change it. Is that weird? I think it's weird. And let's see, what do we got? We got Pet the Rowlet, and is that the triple ooh? That is indeed a triple ooh. Hey, Kmart, thank you so much for the follow. Much appreciated. Where are we going? We're going... Okay, hold on. Where are we going? We're going to Labyrinthos. We're going to Aporia. We gotta go there to start the raid quest, and I gotta get going so we're not up too late. What are you sniffing? What do you want me to sniffer? What are we doing? It's raining everywhere we go. Our character will not put away their umbrella. The cat? There's no cat here. I need to buy Pup Time subs so I can have Pup Time use the Momo. Bring the cat and sniff him. If you bring me a cat, then I will turn the cat cam on. How's that? How's that for a deal? Hold on. I cannot see. There's a smudge on my glasses. That's out of your jurisdiction. Well, too bad. No, there will be no cat sniffing while there is no cat. I cannot help you with that. But yeah, we're gonna do the raid. And we're going to die a lot, and it'll be fun, because that's how blind raiding works. I was watching... Well, not watching, but I had to tab and then quickly tab out of Japanese streamers this morning, because they were already doing the raid, and I'm like, no! I don't want spoilers, I want to go in blind! So yeah, that was a thing. That was my morning. No watermelons. Yes, correct. No watermelons. Watermelons are evil. I agree. But we will start our raid series here. When we last left off, Pandemonium somehow ended up in the Aether place. What is it called? The live stream. I remember my lore words. Yeah, so for some reason Pandemonium's in the live stream. Mildly concerning. We don't know why. We know what horrors lurk within. It is a prison full of monstrosities, because ancients were bored people and just created things for funsies that seemed like a good idea at the time, but were clearly not. So yeah. It was where all the reject this shit's too dangerous to be released out into the real world creations of the ancients go. So and then there was the stuff with Themis? Themis. We know is Elidibus. and La Habrea and Ericthonios La Habrea's kind of alter his other side that apparently evil Athena kind of extracted out of him when they did their what's a good way to say this? When they ancient fused and they came apart, Athena pulled out a part of La Habrea, who we now I think we're calling that one Hephaestus. I'm not actually sure. I don't remember. We'll figure it out. It's fine. All right, let's go. So Louison, Louisnod, sorry, French names. Eater of souls, Louisnod breathes a sigh of relief at your arrival. Ah, Kitameki, I had a feeling you would arrive soon. Urgent tidings always seem to carry you in their wake, after all. And Master Fortunal recently sent word regarding his investigation. It seems he's uncovered information regarding Professor Clodian's whereabouts, and the sudden appearance of pandemonium in the Ethereal Sea. That's what it's called, the Ethereal Sea. Professor Clodian, as we may recall, is the professor who was investigating soul crystals, and a very peculiar one that we received, which brought us back to Elpis and to pandemonium in the past. And now it's appeared here in the future, present time, in the Ethereal Sea, and we're like, well, that's kind of weird. And then Clodian disappeared about in the area where pandemonium popped up, so very concerning. It would do well to meet with him at once. If you have no objections, I ask that you proceed to the Aisoscope forthwith. I shall make the necessary arrangements and join you shortly. Alright, here we go. Hey, we're wearing the same glamour! But, like, you know, you've got wings. Actually, hold on, it's just the same top. Look, it's a very nice dress. Alright, let's go. To the Aisoscope. Wait, is that a new emote? Hold on. When did you get a Darji Nope? Oh, I can't fly here. Boo. Alright, where am I going? This way-ish. Ah, it's laggy! It only stuttered a little bit. That's mildly concerning. We'll be fine. We'll only die a little bit, it's okay. Alright, let's go in. I love that emote. I made most of my emotes myself. I made them. Because I could. Because I didn't know what I wanted exactly, so I just made them so I could fiddle around with it. I was like, I don't know, man. Wait, what happens if I stand over here? It's shiny. Nothing? Fine. Be that way. Ooh, cutscene time. Angry Elf Dad. The less cool Elf Dad. I thank you for answering my summons with haste. Let us forgo formalities and jump straight to the heart of the matter. Sure, why not? Namely, the whereabouts of Professor Clodian, who has not been seen since his ill-advised journey to Azus La. Oh, right. So he was in Azus La, but at the approximate equivalent coordinates of where Pandemonium appeared, I think? Something like that. Subsequent expedition discovered an airship in the vicinity of the Aetherochemical Research Facility. Although the vessel clearly belonged to the professor, he was nowhere to be found. There were signs that someone, perhaps the man himself, had forced their way into the facility, so this trail was duly followed. However, the trail led nowhere, in the most literal sense. It was almost as if an entire sector of the facility had been wrested from existence. That's concerning. Explain. What do you mean, sir? Further investigation confirmed the expedition party's suspicions. An entire sector of Azizla has been teleported elsewhere. We have seen something like that before, where the Isle of Baldesion just up and vanished to another part of ARZ as well. Awesome emotes, thank you, thank you. The pog face is Momo, my sweet child, one of two, who sometimes makes an appearance on stream when he deigns to grace us. And then Frogberry is one of my glamours in 14 that we use when we're doing FC shenanigans. We're just screwing around. It's fun. Teleported to where? Yeah, to where? Believe that its destination was none other than the Ethereal Sea. Here, where its elegant facilities reconstituted as the halls of Pandemonium. A great success, as you can see. Oh, that's concerning. So, that means Professor Claudian is in there? In that monstrous fortress? That is our leading theory. We're certain enough, at least, to risk sending you into its depths in search of the missing man. Yep, they're like, something dangerous is going on. Let's send the Warrior of Light. That's us. We do all the dangerous shit. And we're down for it. It's fine. And before we do, there's another pressing matter. Go on. While Pandemonium may appear firmly sealed, an unknown entity was recently spied crawling forth from its gates. Oh, we saw that in the trailer, and I was like, that's definitely some kind of, like, what's it called? Sin Eater Light aspected demon thing? Anyway, that's what it looks like. We observed its behavior with the Aetioscope, and to our horror, witnessed it gorging upon the surrounding aether like a ravenous beast. What? It must be stopped! The ethereal sea harbors the souls of the departed. 'Tis the wellspring from which all creatures are born. If its flow were disturbed, life itself might cease to be. Yep, that sounds like a Sin Eater. Precisely. Its safety must be our first priority. Rid us of this menace, Kitameki. I can talk today. Rid us of this menace, Kitameki. Then we will be at liberty to investigate what wicked machinations are afoot. Leave it to me. This memory crystal was recovered from Claudian's airship. Take it with you. It may yet provide some insight into the enigma of Pandemonium. It is weird to be going in here without our Alita buddy. I just want to throw that out there. Although he is dead now, so maybe. But we're basically in the underworld, the land of the dead here, so maybe we'll see him anyway. Without Themis, there will be no army of phantom warriors. I realize you are more than capable in combat, but you are certain you'll be all right? Yeah, we've got our soul crystal of Azem, and also we may still yet see Themis, so just saying. We'll be fine. Themis isn't the only one who can summon our illusory allies. As long as I'm free to focus on my foe, there's not to worry about. The first one. I have my soul crystal. He isn't? Well, why, of course, I should have known someone of your talents would master even the ancient's arcane arts. I'm kind of cheating, though. We're cheating. Let's make that clear. Apologies for my failure of imagination. Don't worry about it. I mean, how would you know that I have a soul crystal with an ancient incantation inscribed upon it? Don't worry about it. Once we are freed from the looming specter of Pandemonium, you must promise to share your knowledge, for the sake of thorough reports, of course. In the meanwhile, I shall focus my efforts on providing you with what information and support I can. I shall gather researchers from the Confluence to construct a means to convey you to your destination. The rest is in your hands. Green screen, what are you doing today? It's like not liking the chair. Hold up. Very odd. I'm gonna refresh the camera. Not much better, just a little better. Sorry, I will turn the background music back on when I'm untabbed so it doesn't do that again. Ah! There we go. Okay, a little better. Alright. We ready for the 9th circle? In truth, my days are stuffed to the brim, what with all that record-taking and document fetching. But worry not. The knowledge that the realm's survival hinges on my efforts sustains me. Okay, little potato man. At this depth, the ethereal sea itself poses little real danger, but we know not what else awaits you. I shall monitor your health from a distance that we might leap to your aid should a crisis be at hand. Nah, I'm good. I'm blessed. Alright, let's do this. The 9th circle. We're gonna do it blind and we're gonna do it as a healer. Okay, real talk. I'm not over how much I like these extensions because I hated how short it was without them. And they're just so cute. And you can't really tell on the stream cam that the color is very slightly different than what my actual hair color is right now. It's close enough. It looks fine. But anyway, yeah, so here we are. Gonna do the 8-man raid blind. There are 4 parts to Pandemonium with story in between each. And then I'm sure... Oh, here we go. I'm sure... No! I'm sure there'll be big dramatic cutscenes at the end of it all too, so we're gonna have some fun today. Anabesos, the 9th circle in the Northern Empty. Woo! The music! Let me turn this up for you, chat. This game has such killer music, it's so good. Soul Crystal? Yeah! Nice, I knew it. Wonderful. They made Party Finder canon, and that's just amazing. My feast must not end. My feast must not be interrupted. Sounds a little like Hades. Coquitos. Mythic creation. Interesting. Interesting voice choice right there. I've got some questions. Oh, I gotta get my Yoroshikus up. No, we have half DMVers. Shame. This is really pretty, though. Dark Knight's tanking, so we're gonna regen. Eat, fight, eat, fight. Gluttony's Augur. It's either Tank Buster or AoE. Let's find out. AoE, got it. All good. Ravening. Is that the tank? What is it doing? Phase shift? Death brings me no peace, such is my fate. Mage's Lament? Wait, hold on. My strength is without equal. Why do these voices sound so familiar? Oh, that's fire. Fire usually means don't move. Oh, okay. I mean... my every breath is laced with magic. Interesting. Who is this? Ice? Okay, I imagine there's some slippy slide going on. That was a hug. Dual spell. Okay, fire on the right and ice on the left. Oh god. I stood in crap. This shouldn't kill us. Another fleeting diversion. There's something to the voices, I think. I'm gonna see if I can turn it up. I cannot. Okay. Always more killing to be done, and I'm always happy to oblige. Make it fun for me, eh? Rockbreaker? That's a knockback. That looks... Yep, that's from Ruby Weapon. Okay. Whoa! Ah, my god, save me! Snake Buster. Had enough of you. Rear combination. Everyone's going over here, so I'm also gonna go over here. Ah, I see. I see, I see. The voices are very familiar, I just don't know. It's not clicking for me who it is. The Ravening. Soul of the Beast. Charybdis. Now you're a fucking behemoth. Great. Pulverizing Pounce. Or, hold on. Are you the Carbuncle? Is this revisiting... Are we revisiting oh crap, there's two. Past Pandemonium bosses? Is that what's going on? Oh crap, we need to get out of there. Primal Carbuncle, maybe. Nope, that's definitely a behemoth. Only one asshole casts Ecliptic Meteor. Help! So it's a remix of the same theme they've been using through Pandemonium, but very different in style for the music. Very interesting. Disturbed once again. Ice flame summoning, so we want to go in and then spread out, I think? I would imagine. Oh, or maybe not. Fire, do we want to be in ice? What's the deal? What are we doing? Oh, okay. Doing it again. Ice is gonna get bigger, so we're gonna go stand next to fire. Okay. And then dual spell. We want to be close, except fire people need to spread out. Oh, it gets bigger! So there was a mage, a martialist, whatever the first thing was, and then a beast. So it's kind of like a amalgamation of souls all crammed into one. Wait, but then who would have been the martialist? I guess not all of them had to be picked up from Pandemonium. Interesting. We're deep in thought, even in game. All right, loot. Okay, let's commendation first. We're gonna need everything and see what we end up with. You know, I already rolled on it. I misclicked. We're getting shoes. We're doing shoes. Okay. All right, more story time. Impressive work, Kinomeki. Your memories of your tenacity were not embellished in the slightest. MS? Oh! Is this Athena? Crazy Athena? Psychotic evil Athena? Not be alarmed. A proper introduction shall set your mind at ease. I don't trust you. Yep, it's Athena. I am Athena, chief keyword of Pandemonium, wife to La Habrea, and mother to Erechthonios. And it is I who made Pandemonium anew in the underworld. Why? In a manner of speaking, I am the source of all your recent troubles. But why would you do that? I must say, I did not imagine I would meet you in this age. Slight miscalculation, but perhaps a fortunate one, for your deeds in the past have left quite an impression on me. You want to fight? You are very abusive toward your husbando and to Erechthonios. I understand you have reason to be wary, but I assure you there is no need. I know not what La Habrea has told you of me, but all that I have done out of sincere scientific curiosity. That's not always a good thing. I do things for science, it's not always a good thing. That appetite yet remains even after my rebirth. Rebirth? Ain't you dead? Hold on, what? Conflict is the furthest thing from my mind, and I ask that you at least hear me out before brandishing your weapon. What do you mean you have been reborn? Yeah, there we go. That's my question. Give Claudian back, so you have no intention of halting your research. No, what do you mean you were reborn? Excuse you? In a sense, yes. 'Twas the only way I could see my research completed. The myriad souls floating in the ethereal sea provide all the raw material I require, and your Professor Claudian proved a most welcome surprise. Was Claudian a shard of your soul? From when you were sundered? Worry not, for I treat all my tools with care. Rude. Especially those with which I will grasp godhood. But the ancients were already basically gods, so what more power did she want? She wielded the power of creation and could create whatever the hell she wanted. Like, what are you missing that makes you feel like you're not a god yet? We're concerned in-game too. You're as stubborn as La Habrea, I see. Although I speak in earnest, you refuse to hear the meaning of my words. Perhaps you would be better served by a different teacher. Luckily, you already possess the tools I require to make one for you. I don't like the sound of that. Hey! The unknown, unmarked soul crystal. Yes, that crystal teems with memories. Memories of two souls you know quite well. La Habrea and Ericthonios. Otherwise known as her husband and son. So it's two people, and that must be why it was unmarked, because they couldn't just put one symbol on it, maybe? I shall stitch them into the fabric of two errant souls, that with their help you may come to see clearly. I don't like where this is going. Oh gosh. Yep, there they are. Hello, friends. Wait, but we like perma-killed La Habrea. Actually, he got eaten by Thornton. So where did his aether go for like real La Habrea? You, how? Where are we? Surely these two have much to tell you of me, and I would have you listen. Perhaps then you shall better understand me. My desire for godhood. There was another, but their soul has proven difficult to work with. However, with these memories, I may very well manage to weave together something presentable. Are you talking about Themis? You have a place in my plans. I do hope that in time you come to realize that cooperation is the best path forward. I don't trust her. Okay. I have little understanding of where we are, yet somehow I am unsurprised to find you here. Hey! Be nice. Present, I have more questions than answers. Perhaps you can help me address this iniquity? Is there somewhere we can speak without fear of interruption? Yeah, probably. We're gonna... Hold on, is he firm and corporeal enough to come outside the ethereal sea with us? I guess we're gonna find out. Nope, still in the ethereal sea, just at the entrance where it's protected. Got it. Hello, people hiding over here behind the equipment. You look very uneasy. This man looks very shocked. He's like, dude, what the fuck? One with an aura of overwhelming authority and another that seems uncomfortable in his own skin. I believe I understand just well enough to be thoroughly intimidated. How unexpected! I do hope we can consider them allies. Look at these poor, scared children. Okay. So, Laha Bread, hello. I think I have a clip somewhere where I was talking about the Laha Bread Company and the Wheat Mother, Athena. Just don't worry about it. Some hints I can glean from the surroundings, but I would prefer you simply cut through this knot of questions. Hey Eric, how's it going? I don't know how long it's been, Kitameki, but it's good as ever to see your face. Would that it were under more conventional circumstances. Just where are we? And what events have led to this unexpected reunion? About that. There's some stuff I have to talk to you about. So yeah, we're in the Ethereal Sea, also known as the Underworld, Land of the Dead, whatever you want to call it. You were memories pulled from a soul crystal, so you're not actually you. You're very much dead. Maybe a part of you is you. A part of you might be your sundered partial of your soul. I don't know. I don't really know how this works. But anyway, your memories are intact because they were shoved into a soul crystal. Hi! Ah, yes, I remember you telling us about this memory crystal. Think that it contained our memories. This is a lot to take in, not least of all the fact that you hail from the future. Ha! I searched for you after a time, but could find no trace. Now I know why. How far... Like, when did they make the soul crystal? I guess that's what I'm kind of wondering. Like, how far after the events of the last wing of Pandemonium before they made this one? Or before they made the soul crystal, and now we have this iteration of them? I don't know. We shall see. Hello, my scared children. Maybe don't be so cranky, Lahabra. They have the same eyes. Our age had its share of surprises, if my memories are to be believed. Supposedly world-ending final days came upon us. Yet here we are, in a future where you, at least, exist. So they must have made the soul crystal as they were preparing for the final days, then. Even though Lahabrea would have had his own. But that was more for his memories as a member of the convocation, so he must have made a separate one to make with Ericthonios to kind of go over anything they might need to know or remember about Pandemonium and what was happening there. Interesting. Do we overcome the despair that befalls us? Do we find a way to live on? So it also had to have been before they made the decision to... presumably to summon Zodiark and then, subsequently Heidelin afterwards, so I think that... because they don't seem to have memories of that. No, they're not talking about Zodiark. Also, Lahabred's not crazy with being enthralled by Zodiark, so, you know, there's that. There's no, we sacrificed half our people and we must now save them. Questions without simple answers, it seems. Let us take heart that life endured in some form. As but memories, we may never have the luxury of the larger picture. Yeah, you don't need to know that everyone you know and love is, you know, I mean, well, obviously they would be dead by now, but that they died as sacrifices. We don't need to tell him that part because it might make him crazy again. Regardless, now that it has come to pass, this future must be protected from Athena's scheming. Let's let this conviction guide our every action. Yep. I think on that much we can agree. Agreed, but as memories given fleeting form, we are bereft of any physical or magical talents. Ah! That would be a problem, wouldn't it? You cannot aid Kinemeki in battle. Nay, Athena meant us to speak and nothing more. But though we may be tools, we need not be slaves to her whims. We will tear ourselves from her grasp and shatter her ambitions. I must wonder how she knew of our history with Kinemeki. That is a good question, because wasn't she dead by then? Interesting. Likely she possessed some means by which to observe events from within Pandemonium, either while they were occurring or after the fact. Regardless, her knowledge far exceeds our own. Shortcoming we must remedy at once. We would do well to learn more of the Pandemonium now dominating the landscape of souls. Kinemeki's colleagues will doubtless prove to be of value in that respect. Want them to come over? I could call them over. They're just cowering over there in the corner. It's fine. Don't worry about it. They're scholars. I want crit. Never go wrong with crit, although Det's also very good. Are those two over there researchers from this era? We must share what we know at once, that we might piece together this vexing puzzle. Hello, my two scared little friends. How you doing? You doing any better? Nope, they're saying the exact same thing. Yep, okay. Alright, pandemonium awakens. Lahabrea is eyeing the frightened researchers with a mix of curiosity and derision, as one does when you are Lahabred. Why do your companions hesitate to approach? We may be unusual visitors, but time is of the essence. Bring them here. Maybe smile. Have you tried smiling? Have you tried being less intimidating? Alright, so they're harmless. They can't hurt anybody. They're just memories given physical form. Don't worry about it. Although you may be but a confluence of a memory, it is an honor to meet the personages I have only read of in Kirameki's reports. As a researcher, this is beyond exciting, but I admit to no small measure of fear as well. I know what you mean. I can scarcely stop my legs from shaking. We're powerless to do aught but speak. I see no reason why you should be afraid. Exactly, that's what I just said. They can't actually harm you. They're just memories. It's fine. Isn't my life I fear for? I only fear that I might not have the chance to ask you all the questions now burning a hole in my mind. Ah, scholarly fear. Never mind. I get it. We stand before two of the ancients who hold priceless knowledge beyond the ken of any of our peers. What purpose does fear serve if not to be confronted and conquered? To that end, we shall share with you our records and perhaps together we can find the thread which will lead us safely out of this conundrum. Information shall be our most precious resource. I can talk. For that is the only weapon we can wield in these forms. Our memories are at your complete disposal. We can start with Athena, whose thirst for discovery would see all life consumed. Her desires haven't changed. She still seeks to transcend her mortal existence so that she might unravel the mysteries of life. She would become a god. But, hold on. If I remember correctly, the ancients lived pretty much indefinitely until they decided they were done living and would basically walk off into the starry sunset, back into the aether, and, you know, that was kind of very unceremonious, and they'd be like, oh yeah, congratulations on retiring, and by which we mean dying. Wasn't that the whole thing? So she could have lived indefinitely. Or is it more that, like, something could still kill them if it was dangerous, and she didn't like that because that puts a stop to her ability to learn about the mysteries of life? Maybe that's her angle. Because there was the E in Ultima Thule, and they also had questions and wanted to decipher the meanings of life, and they ditched their mortal forms to become the weird ghosty floaty things. The goo. They became the goo. So that they wouldn't have to worry about death and dying and all that stuff. Maybe that's kind of along the lines of what she was after. A nebulous concept, but Athena had her own ideas on what divinity entailed. Do tell. In her mind, a god can create souls at will. I see. The issue that we kind of ran into at Elpis, where they were talking about, where you cannot create a soul. You can create living beings, but they're essentially mindless beasts, and they do not have a soul. With the exception we recall from the tales that are on the website, the side stories, Phoenix, that being the exception, when Emmett Silk went and checked on Lahabre's research, and he was like, I'm sorry, does this thing have a soul? That being the one exception, so that was the only time when they created a soul. Okay. Starting to make a little more sense. But why does she want to create a soul? We have part of the why. We have the what. We have the what was she after? The ability to create souls. We don't know why, though. Thus she chose the underworld, or the ethereal sea as it's known in this age, as the staging ground for her final experiments. Here lies a particularly bottomless well of aether. Even if it means stemming the flow of life itself, she intends to continue her work. She thinks of nothing else. Hold up. That's kind of fucked up because she hooked up with La Habrea to further her research. So she had a kid to create a soul in a more natural, not godlike way. That's kind of fucked up, man. We caught a glimpse of Athena as we came into this world. Smile, her voice, or just as I remember. Without even realizing it, I found myself feeling an affection for her. Yeah, she manipulated the shit out of him. He thought that La Habrea was the neglectful bad parent, but it was actually Athena. Don't look at me like I've gone mad. I'm not asking you to join her side. I know that true Ericthonios would never want that. But these emotions remain in memory if nowhere else. Oh, very sad for you. Poor boy. We shall remain here to compile what information we can. We must infiltrate Pandemonium and seek out Athena. Feels a little early, but okay. I would ask that you leave the memory crystal with us. It may hold secrets which have yet to be unveiled. But who's gonna protect you and the researchers? Because y'all certainly can't fight. All that's left is to cross the menacing threshold. Would we take a closer look? Sure, why not? I have one question for you. Does the word auracite mean aught to you? You know about auracite? Oh hell yeah, we know about that. That's a word we know. That's how we kill That's how we killed him, kind of. Oh, all of his friends. He died because of Thornton. Auracite? Why yes, there are a few records of its existence. It mainly makes appearances in the legends of Ivalis and in tales concerning the Ashian well, in tales concerning an entity known as an Ashian. Almost blew it right there. This is pre-Ashian La Habrea, when he is not psycho. This personage is associated with black auracite known as the Heart of Sabik. A source of considerable power. That just makes me think about tacos. Big fat tacos. I see, so time has not buried it. What do you know about auracite? Because that's what I want to know. Hold up. Why do you know about auracite? And what do you know about auracite? And how did you apply this knowledge in the past? Sir? I must think. Leave me be while you attend to your task. Not helpful. Bray asked me about about auracite and has yet to say a word since he had the answer. Did I say something wrong? He's quite intimidating in his silence. Don't worry, dude, you're fine. I've read the ancients were much larger than the people of our era. Perhaps Athena endeavored to make them less imposing? Yeah, maybe. So, Eric. What up, buddy? Where are we going? On the outside, Pandemonium looks no different than it does in the past. However, there's no guarantee that the inside will be familiar. You would do well to secure the area near the entrance first. Once it has been cleared of threats, La Habrea and I can approach, and we shall begin our exploration of the interior. So, not the trial yet. The portal should convey you to Pandemonium's gates. I hardly need to tell you to keep your weapon at the ready. Okay, maybe it is the next trial. Raid. Part of the raid. Part 2. 10? Nope, cutscene. Alright. Themis? I knew you would come. Little buddy! My bestie. I never lost faith that we would meet again. I told you as much, did I not? I understand you may be confused. I was too, at first. You see, I am not the true Themis. Hey! I was made by Athena, molded from one of the many souls at her disposal. I'm only an illusion built from memory, no more real than La Habrea or Erchthonios. Well, in fairness, a part of... Actually, no, I think Elidibus's entire soul is still slowly dissipating in the Crystal Tower. Of the first. Why did she make you? I'm confused. Even so, I believe I have a grasp on the situation. This is the distant future. Future where Athena lives once more, although the means of her rebirth are yet beyond me. You are here to stop her. Have I the right of it so far? Yes? Why do you know all this? Very good. I would be disappointed if you did not rise to her challenge. Although I am sorry to say that I cannot aid you, my creator has tampered with my essence, and I'm oddly inclined to act in her interests. Oh no. I do not but offer you words of warning. You will fight, and it cannot be avoided. You mean I'm gonna fight stuff in Pandemonium, or I'm gonna fight you? I'm gonna need you to clarify that. Because I've already fought you. There's no need for that pained expression. Remember, I am but an illusion. Nothing worth shedding tears over. He's our friend now. We can free you just as we freed that is a difficult name. Agdistis? I would feel terrible if I had to trounce Elidibus again. That one. I don't want to beat you up again. It was already really sad the first time. I know not what is in your mind, but I must stress once again that I cannot defy the urge to stand against you. It means we're gonna fight him. Okay. Athena's hold over me is unyielding. So, are you gonna strip to your true form and we're gonna see what that looks like finally? It was awkward. Still, I would ask that you listen carefully to the advice I offer you now. Athena has prepared a new vessel to replace Erchthonios, so that she may become a god. By gathering the souls readily available in the sea of aether, she tempers her own essence. Oh, that's fucked up. And the souls are faint, fuse. She doubts whether they are sufficient for her goals, so she has turned her gaze to you. Despite your thin aether, you managed to lay Hephaestus low, and Athena would know the secret of your strength. I am reincarnated Azem, and I am also 9/14 of a person. To that end, she has prepared an experiment for her observation. Fight for your life against Athena's creation, and in doing so, give her the knowledge she desires. I hate this. That's a shitty reason to make me fight you, and I hate it. What now? Oh, shit! Ew, what is that? That's gross! Oh, nightmares. It's so jiggly. Oh, and there's the curse music. Beautiful. I hate it. This is like fucked up cursed Alexander. Oh, gross! Nope. Nope, I don't like it. Oh, I hate it so much. Oh, that's gross. I don't want it. Thanks, I hate it. Oh, Oh, that's concerning. That's where we are, isn't it? We're in the bubble.
What's happening?
Athena must have made her move. Must find a way to reach her, or all is lost. We can do little but hope for Kirameki's success. I mean, as long as my Azem crystal still works, we'll work it out. We're fine. The little eyeballs are a little bit Omega vibe. That's Alexander vibe for sure. And then the castle form. Then plus like all kinds of cursed Sin Eater shit going on here. I hate this so much. Pandemonium. Once a mass of lifeless stone, now imbued with a soul. Oh, that kind of experiment. I see. Athena has grown much since her death at La Habrea's hand. Oh right, we killed her. No, he killed her. That's right, okay. Although the souls she creates are imperfect, they act with absolute obedience. I know you shall cut your way through this monster, as you have so many others. Then you shall come before me. Are you saying you're boss number 3, or how's this work? Do not hesitate to do what you must, for that is the only way to stop Athena. Well... But why did you give it a face like that? That was definitely a style choice, and I hate it. That was completely unnecessary, Athena. I think I've talked about this before, but as far as Greek gods go, Athena was my favorite. And then this story kind of does her dirty, and that makes me a little sad, a little disappointed. Oh god, are you pulsing? Hold up. Ew, that's also squishy. I thought it was rocks. Oh, it's all squishy black goo. That's terrible. Why? Oh, down there too. Everything here is gross. That is a very poisonous looking battleground. Mildly reminiscent of the flooring where we were fighting the primordial carbuncle after it broke through its cage. Kind of looks like that. So many people queuing us heal. Oh, we just need one more tank. That's gross. That's a nightmare. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, it's got the spider legs. Don't like that. That's unnerving. Then there's this, and that's very Sin Eater. It's like Omega Xander Sin Eater. Alright, Pandemonium Awakens. Here we go. The 10th circle. Summon friends. I am Pandemonium. From countless failures have I wrought miracles. Into soulless vessels I breathe a life. Should I turn my voice mod on for that? Oh well. It's fine. We're good. Gross. No, let me yoroshiku. Okay. What do you say? You will go no further. Like a spider, I spin my web. I got the spider reference, thanks, and I don't appreciate it. Oh, man. Alright, we broke the tethers. Just don't come stand next to me, that's all I ask. Like, where's my mouse? Oh, dear. Why? Oh, shit. Okay, I learned something. Don't be next to that. Help, I'm doomed! Mew, other healer? Oh my god, I hate you so much. Why did you abandon me like that? That was esnable! Hold on, I got you, buddy. That's double tank. Webs like unto chains. Stay where you are. I mustn't disappoint Lady Athena. Okay, so I'm gonna assume that I don't want to stand in those. Yet. There might be like a Weeping City mechanic later. Or we do want to stand in it. Okay, we broke. Ooh, fell off. Oh shit. Oh shit. No! No, I'm going off the edge, guys. To deaths. Okay, well, we gotta run. That's not that bad. You only have to run a little bit. I'm gonna wait till after and then do that. I need some MP. Ooh. Okay, now I think it's safe to get you. Oh, I want to move. Oh, I see. Got you, I got you, I got you. And then don't stand next to them. Let's just throw one of those out. Oh, that was a good timing for Lily Bells. Sorry, I thought I saw a cat. I'm gonna do this. Parted plumes. For Athena, for mother! Oh dear, what is that? Oh, we don't have to run all the way around, we just sidestep. I'm just assuming those are tank things. They made very tank symbols. We're all learning. We're not dying to that mechanic anymore. What do you say for Athena for mother? Oh shit, I gotta run over this way. Ah! Help! I'll give you special cells, your soul screams. Very polite words coming out of the spider boy. Oh god, that hurt a lot. Silk spit. Oh, get away from me. I want to be on this side. Parted plumes. And it's double tank. Sounds like I want to heal that. That's a bleed, so we're gonna Medica too. Got you. Whew. Okay. I think we only died twice, and one of them was preventable because we could have been SNED, but we weren't. Now I'm wondering if I missed Esuna on anybody else. I feel a little bad if I did. Let's get it to Yuki, who was rezzing people. Oh wait, we wanted pants. I mean feet. We're not gonna do these this week. Actually, we could take one of the others. Well, no, I want shoes. Give me shoes. And I will buy shoes this week. Okay, we're doing shoes and gloves. Got it. Then that's a nightmare. It even glows like a Sin Eater. I hate it. Do we return the eighth? Nope. I was hoping we would return the Aether of the souls that got stolen, but okay. So what is this? That was a beautiful display, as always. I stand enchanted by your grace in battle. Nice of you to join us. Hinameki, is that? That's not Themis. Kind of like how you're not Ericthonios and not La Habrea. Pandemonium's final gate has been cast wide. I shall await your arrival beyond. So, this kind of gives off Infinity Gauntlet vibes. Am I the only one who feels that way? I hope not. Is he next? Are we fighting him next? This poor boy alone. Apologies for not coming sooner. The space is enveloped by some fell energy, and we couldn't risk venturing through it before taking due precautions. Am my eyes mistaken? Was that Themis? So I am very aware that in the fan art community for FF14, there's a lot of people who ship Ericthonios and Themis. Oh, this is just fodder for that. Cannot wait to see the fan art. It'll be a trip. Tell us what you know. We must consider our next course of action carefully. Sure. So he's a puppet. Not the true Themis, of course, made from memory and stray souls hanging out around here. And we gotta fight him next, because for some reason she's like, hey, you are an interesting, thinly aethered soul, and you beat Hephaestus. How? How did you manage that? I may want to use you to attain my godhood. And we're like, no! Bad Athena! Hi, Eric. It must have been Themis. But how? I ought to have anticipated this. She bore witness to past events in Pandemonium. Athena would have found Elidibus impossible to overlook. Few possess such a talent for magics, to say naught of the emissary's discerning judgment. And so she found his soul upon the tides of the ethereal sea, and used his memories to craft a puppet that would serve her whims. Okay, so part of his soul is in the ethereal sea. That's confirmed now. And I'm sure there's still a little bit of it slowly fading away, almost entirely gone in the Crystal Tower. Of the first. Not ours. But is what... okay, sorry. I was reading that ahead, but wrong in my head. Anyway. But is what Themis said true? She imbued Pandemonium itself with a soul? Yes, it was gross. I hated it. I hated it aesthetically. Conceptually, great. As a fight, great. Just aesthetically, ugh. And that's fine. I respect that. As a game decision, great. To breathe life into that which should never live. Athena's research is fast approaching its culmination. Fortunately, with the information shared with us by your friends, we've managed some strides toward figuring out how to stop her. A crystal called the Heart of Sabik may be the key. Wasn't that inside the Ultima weapon, and didn't we break that? The researchers related a quick but thorough history of events leading to the present. The sundering of the star, the emergence of the Asians, and the calamities that they brought to bear upon the realm. La Habrea memory, how much do you know about what happened to real La Habrea? Because I have some concerns. Tales that under other circumstances we would have considered childish fantasy, if not for a name that rang true to La Habrea's memories. Zodiark? Ultima. Ah, there is Sankrid, possessed by La Habrea. At the beginning of A Realm Reborn. The heart of Sabik. To you, the secret of Ultima weapons might, not least the spell known as Ultima, and a source of enduring mystery. Yo, Pandemonium just used Ultima on us, and I didn't appreciate that. Hurt. We are told that a general from the Garlean Empire was gifted this auracite by an Ascian. I see we left out the name of the Ascian for probably very good reasons. That the Ultima weapon might be perfected. And we don't need... Let's not... We're gonna skip over the part where it was you. We're not gonna talk about that. The identity of this shadowy benefactor, however, remains a curious unknown. Not really, we just don't want to talk about it because it's gonna make things real awkward. Yeah, totally a mystery. Who knows? Who are the Ascians? We don't know. You seem to be a veritable trove of uncommon knowledge. Is there aught you are withholding? Look. Very well. At present, the heart of Sabik itself is of greater moment. Yeah, we'll talk about this later after we solve the whole Athena problem, and then I can unmake you if I need to, because if you go crazy, it'll be a problem. But you're also only a memory and you can't actually hurt anybody, but I need your help, so I need you to not be insane. Is a creation of Athena's made during her time with the words of La Habrea. Oh, I totally thought you made it. Okay, well, that's different. This predates even Pandemonium's construction. She brought before us a crystal she claimed to have chanced upon, saying it contained immense power, but she clearly made it using some potentially unsavory means. Okay, got it. She dubbed it auracite. Weird how we chanced upon using the same name for similar crystals. Studying it with a fervor unusual even for her. The eventual fruit of her efforts was a Stygian crystal, unlike aught we had ever seen. The heart of Sabik. What is auracite? How did she find the auracite? Or did Athena encounter Ultima the High Seraph perchance? I was all about the first choice, what is auracite, because I wanted to know, but the last one as a shout out to completing the Trials of Ivalice the raid series. The raid series of Ivalice, I think I was mixing that title up with the Trials of Warlit. Return to Ivalice. Completing the Return to Ivalice raid series where you encounter Ultima the High Seraph to wrap up that lovely story from Final Fantasy Tactics. Yeah, shout out to that, because she was making a shit ton of auracite. She could just craft it out of nowhere. So that's interesting. Let's ask that. That's an interesting question. Shoutouts to Ultima. Shoutouts to Tactics. Did she run into a being named Ultima the High Seraph perchance? A being that is potentially not of this world? An unexpectedly specific question. I gather that the heart of Sabik is not the only auracite in this era. Regardless, I know not of this High Seraph. Athena was never forthcoming as to how she found the crystal, though we came to suspect that it was not of our star. Yeah, Ultima was not of our star, and makes a shit ton of those. Much later, we discovered that auracite magnifies the desires of those who come into contact with it. Yep, that checks out from the entire Ivalice raid series. This would do much to explain Athena's actions following her recovery of the crystal. Ah, so are we trying to spin this as maybe she's not truly evil, she was just, brainwashed by the desires embedded within the auracite that she picked up? Whoever so may have made it. I don't know how I feel about that. We'll see. See how it plays out. Alas, this realization came too late. By the time I moved to seal the aura site and its insidious influence away, Athena's plot had already been laid. So was she good to begin with or not? Like, I need more information. So, what became of the heart of Sabik? I took it from Athena's laboratory after I ended her life. Yeah, he killed her. The density of the aether within was unlike anything I had observed. I knew its capacity for destruction, but further analysis proved impossible. I elected to safeguard it myself. Okay, so that explains why actual La Habrea had it and could thereby gift it to somebody in the source. And most likely it was a unsundered belonging because La Habrea had it and he was an unsundered Asian. So... Oh, I didn't even see the hydrate! I will do that right now. Hello, Vagrancy. How's it going? How are you doing on the raid series, by the way? So, the Heart of Sabik must have been like a true ancient artifact that never got sundered because La Habrea probably took it with him. Otherwise, there would be Hearts of Sabik to worry about on all the shards. Maybe. I don't know. I don't quite know how that works. If there can be relics of the ancient buildings on the first and other stuff like that, then, like, why not sunder their relics also? It is possible that Athena herself obscured the crystal's contents. Even were her memories stored within, I would have remained in ignorance. She included some mechanism by which to give these memories form, as she did with our own. Interesting, and we may have unwittingly triggered that in some way or another. She would be reborn. Oh no, an Athena reborn. It's the meme. Ironic that I should have protected those very memories in the name of safeguarding the star. Fate is loath to see mistakes go unpunished. You didn't know any better. I'm sorry. We'll get that this time. It's good to mix up your materias. Because you need multiple things. Not everything will have room for everything else. The monster unleashed Ultima. I can only guess that it was Athena's hand that placed such magic within the heart of Sabik. So, it's only natural she would gift her own creations with such terrible power. Yep. So, Bread, the emissary's judgment. Aha Bread would discuss lingering questions concerning Athena. Yes, we have many. Do tell. I have told you all I know of Athena and the many secrets she kept hidden from the world. If she indeed stored her memories within the heart of Sabik, we must ask ourselves how they were awakened in this age. When was the crystal last sighted? Inside the Ultima weapon? During my fight with the Ultima weapon, in the hands of Asians, presumably. During my fight, and the Ultima weapon used Ultima. Some dude, I don't know, yeah, it was just some Asian dude. We have no idea who the Asians really are, or what their motivations were. Like, just don't worry about it. It's not important right now. Some Asian, yeah, Yep, we definitely didn't know his name. We didn't know the identity at all. There's no specific particular reason why or how the Heart of Sabik ended up in the hands of that particular Asian. After you just explained to us that you had been safeguarding it for the sake of the star. Nope. No idea how that happened. During my fight with the Ultima weapon. That's the last time we saw it. In which you triumphed but failed to discover the heart. Yet according to your colleagues, there was another on the battlefield that day. Asian. Yeah, imagine that. And this self-same Asian was later struck down at a location known as the Etherochemical Research Facility. I like how he's not pressing the issue too much of like, you've clearly seen this fucker multiple times and you don't know who he is. That's kind of weird. It's just like, all right, keep your damn secrets. I've heard the name, and recently, the sight of Professor Clodian's disappearance. Did he drop the Heart of Sabik there, and then Clodian went to go find it, and then they were like, aha! Athena's like, I am reborn! Indeed, he was tracing an ethereal signature resembling that of the memory of the crystal in his possession. A signature that may well have belonged to the Heart of Sabik. In which case, it is no coincidence that Athena's awakening followed. But what reason would he have to bring her back to life? Was his mind not his own? Depends on what was in the crystal he picked up. If it was Athena's crystal, maybe. Yet more questions without answers. Although Athena's essence is that of memory, her magics have not suffered for lack of a physical body. As the world is now, it should not be possible, but she must have found a suitable vessel. Ooh, maybe she is in Claudian's body. Do we know, anything about Claudian's ability to use magic? If Elidibus is to be believed, she readies this vessel for godhood, and is perilously close to success. It beggars belief, as you well know you were the linchpin of her ambition. Yeah, but now she's eyeing my body, and I don't like that. Yours was the only form that could contain the immense power Athena required, and has long since turned to dust. And that's something. As pleasant as this discussion is, we require more information if we're to unravel this mystery. You know who awaits you, Kinameki. Themis. I fear you won't find him so cooperative as we're accustomed to. Is he gonna strip for us and become his true Asian form? We know not how vast the space beyond these gates may be, but somewhere within lurks Athena, with Elidibus unleashed at her side. Aww. Elidibus is like a puppy. That's sad. This may be a simplistic theory, but hear me out. If Themis arose from his memories intact, he'll be eager to see reason. We need only break the magics that bind him to regain our old ally. When I had fallen under Hephaestus' influence, you didn't stop trying until I was freed. I would ask that you do the same for Themis. Yo, I'd do anything for my little buddy. Though none of us are real in the conventional sense, I feel it must be done. Themis would never have wished to be your enemy. You say that, but... I mean, a real Elidibus got a little, mind deterioration, so... You know, shit happens. While Erechthonios' perspective is a sentimental one, Elidibus may possess privileged knowledge. To question him unimpeded by magics would be ideal. Agdistis broke free of her bonds in her final moments, suggesting that Athena's hold weakens under the weight of combat. You might use the same principle to unshackle Elidibus' mind. But remember that our very nature is fragile. Even if he inhabits a vessel with which to meet you in battle, I am certain it is not meant to endure. If left weakened for too long, his aether may dissipate back into the ethereal sea. You had best act quickly. Okay, so subdue and do not kill. I can do that, maybe. What is the deal with this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a big one in the middle. Alright, well, time for turn 11, I guess you could call it. A crystal? I've returned it to the safekeeping of your colleagues. I could find nothing new amongst the memories stored within. The space, on the other hand, is fascinating. Brought by the same power the keywords wielded, perhaps. Interesting. We know not for how long we'll have free reign to go between here and the Aishascope. We'll remain here for now unless absolutely necessary. Alright, that's fair. Come in! The 11th circle. Just chilling. Alrighty. Oh, it's already 10 o'clock. Damn. I think we might only have time for the raid series today. But we'll have plenty of time tomorrow to do the rest of the stuff, I think. Not counting Island Sanctuary things, which I do on my own time. Yay, there we go. That looks like the seats of the convocation. Just throwing that out there. That was my guess, looking at it. Are we gonna fight in a room that resembles that? Like the seats? What are we doing? Yep. I hope there's 14 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn it. Yeah, it's got very Amarot vibes in the music. Suppose I have Athena to thank for this incarnation. I've long considered how I might stand against you, I admit. In transformation, I present to you my truth. I am Elidibus. Yep, he stripped for us. Alright. This is basically what an Ascian looks like naked, is when they return to their true forms. So, he just stripped for us. That's very awkward and personal, Elidibuddy. I summon my friends. Cute! I liked her glamour. Ephemeral justice, Themis. Let's do Shulkin. Wait, I want to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, that's 14! My heart quivers in anticipation. Which one's tanking? Neko. Eunomia? That seems very AoE-like. Yup. I don't want to stand in that. Divisive ruling, okay. Ah! Oh, shit! That was the other way. Okay. Good to know. How do you know which one he's gonna do? I'm sure you just have to look at him. Is that the... I don't know. Yeah, that's the AoE. Submit to the emissary's judgment. Dark and light. Sigils of Discord. Is it... Are we... Okay, it's either gonna be match or opposite. Dark's Discord, tilting dangerously towards... Be able to restore the balance with light. We want to restore the balance to light. Okay. Oh, gosh. So I need to stay in it. I got you, buddy. I got you. Oh boy. Oh shit. I almost stood in that. Tank buster. Oh, off tank buster. Oh, and tank buster. Okay, so it's opposites. I am... Oh, he hasn't assigned it yet. I am dark. I want to be light. So ethereal polarity is tilting towards dark. Balance with light remains intact. Okay. What's going on with that? Oops. Save me! Ow. Oh, crap! Rude. That looks like a multi-hit, so we're gonna Lily. I am light, I want to be dark. I don't know how to tell which one he's doing yet. I just started looking at him more closely. That's double tank busters. We're gonna heal you. Dinus? Oh, don't like that. I like it less when it's following you. God bless legacy controls. I would not have run it in time if not for legacy controls. Eunomia was the AoE, yeah. And it does a bleed, so we want a Medica. Shadowed Messengers. I think that's new. Okay, what is that? What are we doing? Oh, I see. Those both look like they're about to get bigger. Oh, how do you know which one's... Oh, because dark is outside, light is... Okay. Got it. I understand now. It's by dark or light. I just got clipped like an idiot. My lilies are not yet up, so we're just gonna have to heal through this. But my other lilies are up. Dinus. That's that. Divisive, he's doing dark, so we'll run back in. Yeah, I figured it out. Okay. Oh my god. And then we're gonna run towards you. That is the AoE with bleed. I am dark. I want to be light. Ow. He's doing dark, so we're gonna go in. Nice, not bad. We stood in some crap, but we lived. We stopped being happy when we win. We're just like somber moments. We used to be like, yay! Oh shit, I need to... Oh, it's got it, and then... Who do we cookie? Tank, there you go. And then we're gonna roll on stuff. We want... gloves, or I wanted... We want feet, but I don't know if feet are gonna drop from the last one, so we might just get a ring. Hey, we got a cookie. The fog has lifted. I knew that Athena's magics magnified the desires of their victim, at the expense of aught else. I'd never guessed what desire of mine she could exploit. You try your best. Since the moment we met, I have made plain my interest in you, my desire to understand your nature. I suppose that curiosity extended to how each of us would fare in a match of strength. Look, I got to see your true form, so that's fun. Oh shit, are you disappearing? What is this? No, don't do that. Oh crap. Oh, no, it broke it. Okay, cool. Never mind. That was what we wanted. We're good. Free. And I am no longer needed. Oh, nope, we went too far. We done fucked up. Aww. Badge. Do not look so crestfallen, my friend. These few moments of clarity are more than I could have asked for. We need you, Themis. Your work isn't over. You must render judgment of Athena's actions. Oh, we need you. You're our buddy. Am I giving you my Aether? Cool. This warmth. Your Aether. We're friends. It's cool. You've grasped the fraying strands of my being and tied them together with your own. Nevertheless, I fear that I'm here on borrowed time. It's okay, we're friends. Now we're close friends. We're besties. I only hope that I can see you through the last of our battles. Until then, I will cherish every moment. Aww. I am Elidibus, the emissary. As such, it falls upon me to judge Athena, who would disrupt our carefully maintained balance to fulfill her own desires. I swear I shall not waver in this duty. Let us return to Erechthonios and La Habrea. There is much I would share with you before we embark upon our final ascent. not. That was fun. As I surmised, Elidibus was constructed with the strength to see your battle done. Yet I fear his aether may not sustain him through another. Look, just don't fight him. Don't let him fight. Just chill, hang back. It's cool. The four of us are together once again. Although I may not have directly experienced our adventures, my memories make our bonds as real as any other. I'll agree to that. Little do you know, I'm also your friend Azem. But that's okay, we don't need to talk about that. Eric, how's it going? Emis, it's good to see you. I knew Kirameki would guide you to our side once again. I am grateful she had the patience to tolerate my lapse in manners. Nina's hold upon me is broken, and I pledge every moment of my remaining time to seeing that she answers for her deeds. Very good. To that end, I would have you share what you know of her plan. Of course. As I mentioned, Athena possesses a vessel that may serve in the creation of a god. What vessel did she grab? It is someone Kirameki knows well. A man by the name of Claudian. By a twist of fate, his body proved to be ideal for Athena's purpose. How and why is what I want to know. I mean, I figured that that's the body she's occupying right now, but... Okay, explain. The creation of a person requires not just body, soul, or memory, but rather all three. Okay, makes sense. We are made from the memories of our ancient counterparts, etched upon drifting souls and given form through the infusion of aether. We lack a physical body, yet you can see it and feel us all the same. Athena is different. She has carved her memories into Claudian's soul while it was still within its body, and thus made both her own. Oh! How did she do that? With her crystal? But even she is prone to error. After the sundering, beings became more fragile in both body and soul, and this difference prevents Athena from realizing the full extent of her desires. So that is why she has turned her sights towards Kirameki. Her uncommon strength rivals even the mightiest of our age. Yup, hi. It's us, the Warrior of Light. By scrutinizing her feats in battle, Athena aims to deduce the secret of Kirameki's prowess and use it to fortify her own vessel. Oh, okay, so purely just an observational standpoint and not trying to body snatch like Xena's, because I've had enough of that. Only then will the culmination of her research be at hand. We have to save Claudian? I mean, yes, that's true. Can't we simply remove Athena's memories from Claudian's body? That sounds complicated. And to fight Athena, we must fight Claudian as well. That's the part where we're lamenting right now, so let's go with that one. We need not hasten to the man's destruction. Athena can inscribe herself upon another's soul. She cannot erase its will. We awaken Claudian's spirit to the reality of his bondage. He might be compelled to wrest his body from Athena's clutches. Okay. That's a plan. We still don't know why she chose Claudian. What makes him more suited than anyone else? Well, okay. Athena was dead at the end of when the sundering happened, but Ericthonius was presumably alive, so perhaps Claudian is a sundered and 8/14 rejoined. sundered version of Eric Thanios. Incarnation of Eric here, perhaps. Because Eric's body is no more, but maybe. We shall see. Although I have never spoken to Claudian, I did witness an incident that may prove revelatory. When instructing the vessel to do her bidding, she called it by a familiar name, Eric Thanios. Ah! That's what I was saying. It might be his incarnation. She was basically just looking for Eric Thanios again. What? Why would she... Yeah, so you were clearly reborn. As Claudian, in fact. It is as I thought. I don't really use a lot of direct hits. We're gonna go more crit or debt. Why would Athena use my name? More questions and few answers to go around. No, I'm pretty sure I got it figured out, dude. We're good. Our course of action is clear. We must lay Athena low and rescue Claudian. Difficult task to be sure, but one which the present company is more than capable of achieving. Thank you, I'm flattered. A mother's touch. She's a very bad mother. La Habrea would discuss the plan to bring about Athena's end. Themis, you may have just handed us the key to rescuing Claudian. Huh? What must we do? First and foremost, we must confront Athena. She must be made vulnerable, as Elidibus was. Yet our opponent stands on the verge of godhood. As we are now, she would unmake us in an instant. True. Kinemeki, we have no choice but to place the burden of our fate, and the fate of many more besides, squarely upon your shoulders. I trust you have no objections? Nah, attacking and dethroning God is pretty much what we do. God or no, I shall cast her down. It's a burden I'm used to carrying. Yeah, pretty much. Objections? No. Concerns? Yes. I don't actually have that many concerns about this plan. I'm like, I think we're good. God or no, I shall cast her down, because that is what we do. We are... Sorry, there's a cat behind me making noise. We are a God Slayer. And a Kami Slayer. And... Once accused of being a King Slayer. Queen Slayer? Sultana Slayer? Whatever. Anyway, we did. But we did slay the primal good King Mogamog. So anyway, God or no, I shall cast her down. You have faith in your victory? Then so do I. Look, I've killed plenty of gods before. It's fine. Trust me, we'll be fine. And we appreciate Kirameki's willingness to fling herself at the unknown. Used to it. You get used to it after a while. We have yet to hear how this will liberate Claudian. I have a plan. Do not trouble yourself over the details. Look, it would help us to act accordingly if you would share the details of said plan. Same goes for you, Kirameki. You must focus the entirety of your attention on Athena. She will not be easily bested even by one of your prowess. And let us trust in La Habrea and prepare for the battle to come. Alright. Before we face Athena, I must know. If she had never discovered the Aurosite and never fallen under its influence, would she have lived a normal life? Would she have been a mother to me? Wasn't, like, your whole existence because she was insanely trying to do all shit tons of weird research? I've asked myself the same questions. Questions with no answer, I fear. And let us put them out of our mind. There's something we must discuss, and I would do so not as La Habrea, but as father to son. I'm pretty sure they only hooked up because she was doing some kind of insane research. But who knows? Maybe there's something that I missed. We'll see. Ooh, the 12th circle is now accessible. Are we ready? I think we are ready. It's taken about half an hour per raid, with all the story in between. Alright, well. Athena maintains absolute control over this space. Beyond the gate, she has doubtless built herself an abode worthy of a god, and now awaits the arrival of her supplicants. For now, we place our trust in you. The rest must wait until we have Athena before us. Right now, Athena must be the sole focus of your attention. You shall not hesitate to exploit any weakness she can sense. Alright. Oh, I should have read all of these. Okay, let's start with the 9th circle, which was the weird soul amalgamation thingy. Like a blotch of dark ink on a serene canvas, pandemonium now floats foreboding upon the ethereal sea. From its gates has emerged a beast with an insatiable appetite for souls, and its feast threatens to sever the flow of life itself. Although pandemonium's mysteries beckon to you from the darkness, you must first quell this immediate threat to the star. Ethereal slow. Interesting. Sloth? I don't know how to pronounce that. Next was the fight with a nightmare. You steel yourself to brave pandemonium once again, but your advance is blocked by a familiar face. Themis, who has been molded by Athena from memories of the past and souls of the present. Although his voice is friendly, he says that the strings of his creator force him to face you as a foe. Before he departs, the massive stones and impregnable gates of pandemonium arrange into a twisted form. This verboten being serves a singular purpose, to crush any who would oppose its mother's plans. The Daemon's Nest. Okay, and then the one we just did with a little buddy. Given form so that he may serve as a tool to unlock the secret of your strength, Themis is unable to defy Athena's whims and now stands against you in battle. However, you know that his heart wishes to stand by your side as he did in ages past, so you resolve to break Athena's hold by any means necessary. Then you might join forces once again to walk through Pandemonium's gates and fell the evil which lays beyond. The Chamber of 14. Hey, it was the 14. Nice. With very Amaro-like music. I loved it. And finally, here we have the 12th circle. The chief keyword of Pandemonium's appetite for godhood has been made only more keen by 12 millennia of slumber, and even her own flesh and blood are naught but tools with which to feed her hunger. No sacrifice too great, no price too high. Athena would see all life extinguished if it brought her even one ilm closer to her ultimate goal. Her wicked ambitions can be suffered no longer, so you must journey into Pandemonium's heart and cut out their source. We'll be going towards Ascension. There we go. Last raid for the evening, but there's still story after. So we'll be reading all that. I'm not even halfway through my drink. I'm gonna have some water though. This has been fun so far. I like how we... Let's see, whose true forms have we seen? I mean, Hades, obviously. And then we saw Hermes. And we see Themis. We technically fought and faced us. Did he pop up as his true form? I actually can't remember. I'm trying to think. I mean... I don't know if that would have been considered his true... Oh, wait, hold on. It probably happens in Savage. I've seen it and I forgot. It was a while ago. Since I haven't done it myself, it hasn't like stuck in my memory. That's probably another one. Yeah, and that wraps up the 3 unsundered. Plus Hermes. I don't think we've seen anybody else's true form. That was a Shadowbringer's concept. Although we did see an Ascian Prime. Soon, we just need tanks. Look at us, we're all this. Okay, that's funny. Oh, let's look around at the scenery here. So a lot less gross, but still very Ascian structures. Oh, that's a lot of little spiky bits. Okay, definitely still pandemonium. A lot of pillars. And then this weird eyeball thing, which we don't really know what it is. And then there's another one kind of back here with less of these spiky things. Wonder what all of it's for and why this particular shape, or if there's any reasoning for it. Who knows? Ooh, what's this? An odd thing. I wonder what that is. I wonder what it does. And then those are just pillars. Oh, it's time. Let's go. The 12th circle in the northern empty. Hello, Athena. You have done well to reach the seat of godhood. Now bear your souls to me. It does sound crazy. Ah, those are Valkyries floating around you. Don't think I didn't see that. Karibos? This is some music. Got some jammies going on. Oh, and now we see Theos, Athena. The wings on the head is, you know, reminiscent of Matean, obviously, but also kind of reminds me of Ultima, the High Seraph. So I feel like perhaps she did meet Ultima. Token. 3 DMVers. Ooh, double white mage. That's awkward. That's a lot of eyeballs. The eyeballs are very, biblical angels. This is pretty, though. It's taken in the song. I like how the butterfly wings also look like they have eyeballs on them, because again, biblical angels. On the soul sounds very... Yep. AoE. No bleed this time, though. Trinity of Souls. Oh, okay. It was just that way again. Alright, I see. Paradema? What's going on there? Interesting. Alright, she's going there, and then... and then move. So it's by what side the color doesn't matter. Oh shit, I should have been paying attention. Gotta heal my party. Let's just toss out one of these. They really made Asylum huge. It did not used to be this big. I'm not used to it yet. Super chain theory. What is that? Okay. Well, they're all running over there, so I'm gonna go with them. Oh, we want to be in the one that does the donut. Okay, I got it. I understand. Well, now there's 2 donuts. So how do you know which donut to go to? Oh, we gotta move, because that one's gonna go first, and then we need to go this way. Okay. I understand. Parthenos. What does that mean? Oh. Oh! Wait. No? Huh? I don't know. I'm like, that looks like Garuda, because it was Garuda. That was not the mechanic. Okay, I don't know what the tell for that mechanic is, because I didn't see it. Those are 2 chains. I have a feeling I don't want to be on that panel. 3 chains if you count that one. Yep, that is mimic fuckery, and I hate it. This is a very small platform we're working with now. Trinity of Souls. Okay. So right, then left. Now move. Oh, platform is restored. This is but a glimpse of a god's strength. I haven't been reading what she says, I'm sorry. Ooh, what's happening? I don't know where I was supposed to stand because I didn't see, but I think I'm dead! Shit. Alright, well now I can read. Behold such powers as you will never wield. She said, show me your all that I might become a divinity manifest. From nothing, I mold life. I should pay attention to the mechanics, though. These chains are forged with the fabric of creation. To silent vessels I give voice. Okay. So anyway. We're all dead. Oh, you raising me! Alright, I'm getting up. Doing everything I can to keep y'all alive. Theos Ultima. I think we're fucked. Yep, we're dead. We wiped. Oh, you can do- oh, she walked off. It's fine. Too many people died. It was just that one mechanic where I didn't see what was going on. Such a singularly resolute soul. Alright, we'll try it again. We know more about what we're doing. It's fine, we're learning. Day 1 raid, wipes happen. Dondon ikimasu. I'm just reading what the tank said. Alright, this is AoE. Oops, shit. I didn't mean to swift cast that. I pushed the wrong button. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Nobody die for the next minute. Trinity of Souls left. Right. Is that another right? That looks like another right. I got... Oh, I don't got you. That thing where I said don't die for another minute, yeah, that came back to get me. Wait. Right? Right. Left. Oh wait, is it 3 rights? Actually, hold on. Yeah, it was right, right, left. Oh, I got clipped. I didn't move too slow. Gotta be really on it with that. Let's just throw one of those out. Super chain theory. Alright, we're gonna look for the donut. Donut is over here. I'm like, why is my tank so squishy? Because he has 2 bone stacks. This is fine. We're fine. Everything is okay. This one's gonna hit first. Nice. Very clean. Oh shit. Ag! I don't know how. I should have just been following people. Just don't be on those panels. I will go back here. Oh, I need to get off. Alright, we're good. She's gonna do the triple thing. Right? Left. Right. No! I got you. My Swift is up this time. I got you. Oh my god. Okay, well, it's still bad, but it's not as bad. Pray! Time to pray. Alright, we're live. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're alive. We want the donut. The donut is way... Oh, there's 2 donuts. No? Just one. Just one. Just one donut. It's over here. Why are people going... Oh, because of that. Oh, it's just, you know, it's the way she's facing. Okay. This way first. I didn't see which way the last one was. Seems like the same. Please stop following me! Super chain, okay. Where is donut? There is no donut. I don't see a donut. I feel not safe. Oh crap! I almost fell into that! There goes our tank though. I got the tank. Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's best if I cast right now. Oh crap. I'm about to eat it. Is there a donut? No, I don't. Oh, wait, yeah, there is. It's over here. It's this one, but she's doing Parthenos. Yeah, that is a straight column. I understand. Left, left. Right. I can pick you up. I cannot pick you up because we finished. Good job, team! My swift cast is plunging. Oh, she's got a whole... That's a galaxy inside her chest. Any wings? Wait, I need to res the dead person. I can respawn, right? Our poor Reapers on the floor still. Look. Nope, they're gone. Otskare, thank you to the summoner who I think was helping to res. Minion? I want shoes. Give me the shoes! Yes. Beautiful. I did not win the minion. I only heard one happy noise. Don't look at my inventory. Okay, but we can buy gear now after this. We'll go check it out after we finish the story here. Countless years I waited within that stifling crystal, and now when my dream is finally within reach, you stand in my way. Oops, shit, no. No. I hit the wrong button. There we go. Sorry. Your dream is not but selfish ambition. Its fulfillment would benefit only you. And why, Athena? At the end of this road to godhood, what did you hope to find? Sun's reprimanding her. It matters not. The fact remains that she worked against the interests of the star. Look, that's a dicey topic right now. Even so, I would hear her answer. Would know why my mother cast us aside. Which star are you working in favor of? That's kind of the question we were trying to answer up through the end of 6.0. Anyway, we know why she cast him aside. Oh, she dropped her mask. How unlike you, Ericthonios. You were never so inquisitive before. Having struck upon a hypothesis, there's but one thing the wise woman desires. That is some creepy emotions. Oh god, I hate it. Irrefutable proof. Or maybe, hold on, let's reread that. Irrefutable proof. I hate this expression, by the way. This is so creepy. Hate it. My theory was that any true god would see us as we are, imperfect. She would hammer out our flaws and build something greater. To prove this could not but benefit the star, I would give it the perfect stewards, that it might shine brighter than any other. And you would destroy the lies already upon it. This is a very funny dilemma that we already have. This is kind of, in a way, the same reason why we fought with the Asians on who is the rightful stewards of the star. So, interesting. Nice parallel, like it. In that, I am no different from our peers. Over the course of eons, how many creations have we wrought? Such creatures cannot but usher their inferior predecessors into oblivion. Even without our meddling, nature would take the self-same course. If the destination is the same, is it somehow worse to arrive there by the guidance of a god? I think not. The Arasite made such thoughts irresistible, perhaps, but it cannot have created them from within whole cloth. This is Athena's truth. Yep, she was always crazy. What right have you to pass judgment? You are but a vessel for my masterwork. Your purpose ends there. My only mistake was leaving you possessed with a soul. Ooh, fucked up. That is your child, ma'am? Also, there is someone here who can't judge you. His name is Themis. What are you saying? That she's crazy. Oh, Ericthonios. Always the last to arrive at the obvious conclusion. I gave birth to you for a single reason. That you might serve as my tool. And like any tool, I crafted you to suit my needs. That you might accept my essence when the time came. Damn, that's fucked up, though. course, I also made you more amenable to my demands and ensured that you would feel a cloying affection for your dear mother. However, it seems that my tinkering was insufficient. My very feelings were of your design? You! Sneaky bitch, what are you doing? Oh my god, run! Who created a boy unable to grasp even the simplest magic, ever hopelessly clinging to his mother's robes, unable to do otherwise, was doomed from the start. Yet here you are, standing in defiance of her design. You are more than what she made you. Still feel the sting of it. With pain comes clarity. You ill deserve to wear the mantle of a god. As stubborn as you are, witless, this star will not be mine, then it serves no purpose. And what the fuck is that? Crazy lady. Okay, what are you doing? I mean, clearly it's not good. We've got the ominous music. She aims to obliterate the ethereal sea and stem the flow of life. Ah, fuck, that's bad. No, don't do that. She will do no such thing. Before the battle, La Habrea told me I was the key to finishing this. Although I am but an illusion, my soul has crossed eons to find its home in another. One whose body Athena has seen fit to purloin as her own. Much of what I once was now resides in him. Should my memories seize this chance to follow suit, they may resound enough to wake his mind. But Athena inhabits him still. What will become of you? I don't know, but if I can rouse his soul, perhaps it will disrupt Athena's hold. It's the best chance we have. My whole life, others have looked down upon me, but I've never given up searching for my purpose. Now, I've found it. Say something fatherly! The decision is yours to make, and yours alone. Do as you will, my son. I know you shall make me proud. I wasn't actually expecting him to do it. Not such a bad guy after all, Lahabred. I mean, in the future, yeah, but, you know, this Lahabred's fine. Erictonios, do not dare. No, stop this! Your words hold no... Your words hold no sway over me, and I have found my true family. I forgot... Shit, I missed what he said. I'll go back and read it later. Oh. Ugh! He aether tackled her. My power wanes! The vessel rejects me? Oh. Eat. Hey, welcome back, Clodian. Saved a dude. What is happening? Athena's magic should be impotent with no body to fuel them. Precisely. Athena was the sole force holding the space around Pandemonium together. Now it crumbles. Although little would change if we were buried here, we cannot let this be Kitameki's final resting place. Oh, yeah, no, I got shit to do. I have been entrusted with a great many things by none other than Emmett Sulk himself. In my role as the Traveler. I gotta go. I should probably take Claudian with me. I'm just saying. Oh, okay. What? You're being teleported. Okay. What is that on the ground? There's very clearly something. Oh, wait. Is that her mask? She dropped it earlier. All my miscalculations. Think that you would be my undoing. You would even be capable of defying me. Oh, he's still around. Ah. Is there more you would say to me? Or have you decided to return to your dear mother's bosom? Have you brought Claudian back to me? Apologies, but I am only the dregs of your own memory. I can do naught but watch as the evil you've wrought collapses, burying you under its weight. How disappointing. Truly useless to the last. He's just like, I just wanted you to love me for realsies, but you can't even do that. And who made me that way? And there it goes. I assume the part of Azus Law that up and disappeared has been returned? Okay, let's scroll up and see what we missed. He said, your words hold sway over me no longer. My life is my own. I have found my true family. Aw. He's like, I used to hate my dad, but my dad was the parent who loved me all along. Sag. So that's Claudia, new Ericthonios. This has different hair color. I want to pay attention to his eye color and see if they're also still red. At least on the surface, Professor Claudian appears unharmed. We must wait for him to regain consciousness to judge anything beyond that, I fear. Questions, questions, and more questions. Why did Claudian set out by himself? What did he see? Oh, I do hope he wakens soon. Ericthonios is, of course, gone, so... No words from La Habrea. Although Ericthonios was not but a collection of memories, I know his absence pains you. I mean, he's kind of technically still there, so... I think we're okay. But he acted with resolve, full aware of the potential consequences. Let us look back on this moment with not with sorrow, but with pride. You both are the heroes of the day. Athena's ambitions would have swallowed the world had you not stemmed their advance. Shall stay here, both to look over Professor Claudian, and ensure that there are no further disturbances in the ethereal sea. Should rest, and I will not take no for an answer. So, how long is my Aether going to sustain you here? Like, can I come back and talk to you, or like, what's the deal? Oh, we got piety material. I'm like, what do you mean? I already had Savage Might. Because we picked up piety also. Yes, so they're going to stay here. You guys are saying the same thing. Okay, so La Habrea, what do you have to say? Guided by the past, La Habrea watches over Clodion with concern. Technically your son, but reborn and reincarnated. As for where your reincarnation is, we're just not gonna talk about that. We'll just pretend we don't know. It's fine. Just don't worry about it. Seems we can do naught but wait. So, are there any lingering memories from Ericthonios and his life going to be implanted in Claudian? All that lovely ancient knowledge, maybe? Or maybe just a little bit of it? Maybe some personality? Perhaps we might discuss a matter which has been troubling me. Did he figure out he's the Asian? While your colleague Nemgigi was enlightening us on the historical events which led to this era, she let slip the name of one of the Asians. La Habrea. Nemgigi! He had one job! It's okay, at least he didn't flip out on us, so we know he gets it. He gets it! He understands. Shit went down, things happened, it was kinda awful. Look, I understand why y'all did what you did. You didn't have to be a dick about it, but I get it. So how are you taking that bit of news? Although she knew of the figure only from her research, she was most insistent that there's no evidence connecting the Asian to myself. Yet I am aware that this La Habrea used the heart of Sabik to sow chaos throughout your world, and would be a fool to deny such strong connections between us. You are the only one present who has met the Asian in question, so I would ask you directly, are he and I one and the same? Is my fate to work in the shadows and bring about untold destruction? A little bit remains. Look, it's not really confirmed, it's just kind of heavily implied that it was probably still you. Especially if you took the heart of Sabik with you. You or him, I cannot be— look, I don't know for sure, I just heavily suspected. I'm not certain. But I heavily suspect it. A diplomatic answer. I understand the Asian often use the bodies of others to enact their plots. It is impossible to say who they truly are. Unless you're Emmett Sulk and you had the dignity to create your own bodies. And several of them, in fact. What happened to all of the leftover soulless body clone factories? Did Xenos destroy them all? He burned them? Like, I kind of wonder. These Asians, or Paragons, I'm told, were ruthless in their schemes to rejoin the sundered worlds. I've heard but a small number of their deeds, and I I find it difficult to comprehend the depths to which they were willing to sink. Okay, at least he doesn't agree with the methods, so that's nice. Choose a path of evil, all for the sake of the star. Yeah, that's kind of why we fought about it. I admit 'tis a decision I would make under the right circumstances. Although the ages may take their toll, my devotion to my duty will never waver. Yeah, that's probably you. Look, I respect it, I just don't agree with it. Also, you just didn't have to be an ass about it eventually. But you also probably went crazy after millennia, so... Paying no heed to what might be lost, I will treat the heart of Sabik as a mere tool for my own ends. Never caring to look beyond the surface, I will unleash forces that I fail to truly comprehend, and remain blissfully ignorant of my hypocrisy all the while. Millennia of loneliness can do that to a person. Do you know about yourself, Elidibus? Oh, this must be Clodian. Yep, still got the same nice red eyes. We should have seen this coming. Wow, I was not paying enough attention to Clodian when we met him. Ah, it appears Clodian has awakened. Wow, we really should have made this connection sooner. Hinamaki, I have some faint memories of what transpired. Stood against Athena and won. And you were there too. That answers my question. La Habrea, Ericthonius's memories of you dwell within me still. So he's both Claudian and Ericthonius now. Through unyielding discipline, you hope to forge a son equal to yourself. The crucible you placed him in, the scars which were loath to heal. Yet you were never motivated by selfishness. All you did was in service of your duty. At the least I will hear no more. Though you may possess Ericthonius's memories, you are not him. In rebirth, you have become someone else entirely, and you belong to this age. As such, I am your enemy, and an enemy does not deserve sympathy. Of course, I would never condone the actions of the Asian, but you are not him. You are La Habrea of the Convocation. You spared no effort in saving us from Athena's machinations. For that, you deserve the utmost praise, and my personal thanks. Bond? You insist on deceiving yourself, then so be it. My stance remains unchanged. Oh, come on, just hug him. The most difficult of your trials is behind you. No, it's not. But you may find that Pandemonium has yet to relinquish the last of its secrets. But how would I even access those secrets? Among them is the identity of Hephaestus' liberator, who set the very first wheels in motion. Ah, that is true. There's but one place to find these answers. The past. Are we going on a little trip? However, I must insist that you keep silent about Athena's fate. While I doubt it would change the decisions I make, you should not tender us information we could not uncover ourselves. Yeah, that's fair. Don't change the past. I get it. Now that I have said my piece, I shall follow in my son's footsteps. And unmaking himself. Look, I respect the decision. I watched him do it to himself already. These odious memories will fade to nothing, as was always their fate. Farewell. What about you, Themis? What do you want to do? My time too draws near, but I believe I can stay long enough to see this matter through. We shall journey to the past to seek out the truth of La Habrea's words, yes? While Themis himself may have been there to see this encounter, I have the unique opportunity to hear your perspective on the matter. That is, of course, if you will share it with me? Yeah, of course. I look forward to it. I shall take in the ethereal sea one final time as I await your return. Oh, I'm gonna miss him. And then quest music. Let's talk to everybody again, though, before we go back. Now all that is left is to return to Pandemonium and ask La Habrea to shed light upon its few remaining mysteries. I look forward to your return. I too shall stay here and await your return. Could use the rest, and there is a matter I would discuss with you and Themis before we say our farewells. I believe we've yet to see the full effect of these events will have on the ethereal sea. Once Professor Claudine recovers, we must conduct a thorough investigation. Wisnal and I shall return to Aporia and make our report to Master Fulchinel at once. Oh, where to begin? I'll catch up with you guys later. I'm gonna go to Elpis. Wait, hold on. Which one do we need to go to? Anagnorisis, I think? We spawned on someone crafting. That's always fun. Alright, where are you? That way. Okay. Put away. Well, I guess the pillars that we saw around Pandemonium are very much in this style. But what the heck was up with the eyeball motif thing? With the, sockets. That thing that was like, man, I'm getting Infinity Glove vibes. Like, what happens if you put something in the socket? Alright, gates to Pandemonium. Here we go. This way? It is this way. Okay. Hey, there's people! Hello! You have aught to report? I'm wasting my sprint. We must free the rest of our colleagues. Hello? My friends. Pandemonium's protective wards have been restored. These guys are just chilling. I have not been back. Hey! It's Hegemony. Ah, you must be Kirameki. I am Hegemony, keyword of Abyssos, but I suspect you may already know that. We did meet once before, after all, although I was not entirely myself at the time. Thanks to you, however, I can rightly say my faculties are mine once more. At present, I am taking stock of the damage done to the facility. Alright. Ooh, which one of the Asians was like, let's make this place as dark and creepy as possible. Like, they literally could have picked any kind of theming. They didn't have to make it creepy, even though it's a prison for unwanted creations. Alright, here we go. Someone did that with intention. Hello, people. And Athena would build all this. This isn't all she left behind. I'm so short compared to you people. But not compared to Themis. Alright. Thank you for checking up on us. Did you speak with Hegemony and the other warders on your way here? I did, actually. The work is long, but we have made great strides in undoing Athena's meddling. Eric, hello. Nameki, I didn't expect to see you again so soon, but 'tis always a joy. You seem quite happy to be here, because you're alive. Redman, hello. Nameki, truth be told, I thought you would have little reason to ever visit this place again. Seems I was wrong. I just have unanswered questions, like, there's unfinished business. I'm looking for answers, I just wanted to say hello. No, I just wanted to talk to you about some stuff, I got questions. But also saying hello. But he seems like a practical person, so... How neatly you obfuscate... Gosh, I can't pronounce that word for the save my life. Your motivations. Do as you will, then. Look, I told you I just wanted answers. He has gone through the trouble to visit us, so I hardly think curtness is in order. We brave pandemonium together. Why not at least share with her our progress? I've relinquished control of pandemonium to La Habrea. I was never meant to hold it for long, and now such authority resides in his rightful hands. With La Habrea's help, we have poured through Athena's research into the Hemithoi. I, at one point, knew how to pronounce that, and no longer. Thus were we able to restore Hegemony's mind and body. Oh, right, she got transformed into a weird amalgamation. But there's still much work to be done. Damage to repair, keywords to replace. Tasks are too many to count. But although the path may be long, our progress is steady. I believe we can safely say that Pandemonium will soon function as it did before. Indeed. Before we reach that point, however, there are some matters which must be put to rest. Yep, that's what I'm here for. Information, please. One concerns Pandemonium itself, and another is a personal matter. Until they are settled, I cannot move forward. It shall not take long. Lack of resolve caused me to delay, but I have chosen my course. These concerns must be weighty indeed. You intend to share your burdens with us? You would bear witness, then come. Your arrival at this very moment almost beggars belief, but I shall not ask you to leave. I simply ask that you do not interfere, no matter what may happen. Alright. I'm not here to meddle in the past, I'm just here to get information. Hegemony, hello. Stay here. This will be over soon. Okay. Why did you call me here, Master La Habrea? There's still much to be done if the warders are to be freed. You have served within Pandemonium since Athena's time, have you not? That makes you the most senior keyword now that Agdistis is gone. That's the one that became a tree, right? As such, you deserve to know a secret few others are privileged to hear, concerning myself. Separating Hephaestus from myself required removing part of my soul. Yes? A necessary sacrifice, but one which came at no small cost to my natural talents. I am but a shadow of the man I was at the time of my appointment as La Habrea. Okay. Could never hope to wield the same magics that Hephaestus used to bind the warders' minds, let alone break their shackles. The tone of defeat does not befit your voice, Master La Habrea. Do not give in to despair. There is no despair, only truth. I do not confide in you to garner cheap sympathy. Are we suspecting that she's the one who set everybody free? Hephaestus left behind fascinating research. His conclusion was that in order to transform a vessel into a Hemithios, absolute control over their mind was essential. As you well know, the magics used to achieve such dominion exploited strong emotions within their victims' hearts. In the case of Hesperos and Agdistis, their respect for me. Upon slipping his bonds, Hephaestus took steps to throw Pandemonium into chaos. With their attention divided, keyword and warder alike were easy targets. But there was an act that came before. Regardless of Hephaestus' prowess, he could not have won freedom on his own. Is that her? For long days and nights I pondered who might have released him. I could only conclude that Athena's plans were set in motion long, long ago. She claimed the mind of one of her admirers. Hegemony. None would question your pride in your position, your devotion to pandemonium. But you do not believe I am the one fit to lead it, do you? Your loyalty lies not with my vision for pandemonium, but Athena's. Master La Habrea, whatever has spurred the sudden accusation, I assure you there's proper explanation. Oh. It's definitely her, wasn't it? That's a pretty logical conclusion, honestly. What are you doing, La Habrea? Do not approach. As I've already stated, even should I detect Athena's tinkering, I am currently powerless to dispel it. And so I have come to a decision, one which was made with the best interests of our star in mind. In order to build a better future, I require the strength I have lost. Are you gonna reabsorb Hephaestus? I must embrace these odious memories. Ah, shit. That's how he becomes whole mask. Mark well this sight. Engrave it upon your very soul. You now bear witness to the true La Habrea. And that's why he's crazy. Okay, I understand now. So, the soul crystal between the two of them, the one that the apparitions were made from, must have been before this moment. I cannot imagine this was an easy choice, but it is done. Is she alive? Yes, and she shall remember this lesson well. Athena's puppet no longer, I see. She may yet harbor ill will toward me, but this is a risk I am willing to take. Our star requires a steady hand to guide it, and now mine is equal to the task. I can no longer allow pandemonium to divert my focus. Hegemony, I would ask that you serve me anew. There is none other more suited to overseeing this prison, none other who will take such pride in their duty. My loyalty to Athena led me to betray you once before. Why would you allow me to keep the position of keyword? I require your talents, as I require Hephaestus's. The past is of no consequence. Alright. Very well. In honor of our fallen colleagues, I shall restore this institution to its former glory. La Habrea is himself once more. He wields his authority without hesitation, and thinks not twice once his judgment is sounded. He's angry. Yet he is different from Athena. He thinks only of the betterment of the star. So long as duty guides his actions, he shall not share her fate. And should his convictions ever waver, the emissary will set him back on the proper course. He did kind of help us back in ARR. Good. This is the path he chooses to walk, then I will walk with him. I'll allow our bond to fray no further. As his son, I will support him in the days ahead. Okay, maybe they did make it afterwards, but I don't know. Just given the context of, like, what information was in... Or maybe because La Habrea, like, poofed himself before we could find out the information. He's just like, nah, you don't need to know. And then he just left. I would not ask you to say the same, Kirameki. You and I stand on peaks separated by vast chasms. Our perspectives shall never align. It's true. We did go to war against each other. And never shall one give way to the other, for such is our nature. With that in mind, let us consider any depths between us to be void. Before you leave here, mark well these words. My resolve shall weather loss unfathomable, and yield before no obstacle. Walk your path with the same conviction. Alrighty then. Pestos and La Habrea were one and the same when he was named as one of the convocation. This change poses no need for concern, for all is as it should be. Master La Habrea saw through me long ago, but now my mind is unclouded by doubt, and I shall not fail him again. From this day forward, I will do what I can to aid my father. In this way, I shall forge my own future. Not for you, my long-slumbering demons may have gone unslain. I would have never been forced to reconsider my true nature. And as I said, do not consider this an admission of debt. Now I believe you have other places to be. Remain here any longer and I may be inclined to place you in a cell next to one of our more recalcitrant subjects. Hey! What did I do to get thrown into a cell? I helped you, rude. We'll do no such thing. I don't deserve it. Okay, we baked his bread earlier. That dude is long gone. Back to the ethereal sea. We have to walk because we're not allowed to fly in here. Although, very appropriate considering the, where this leads to in the trial that takes place there. We were told we have to walk. Holy shit, it's 11:30? It's so late! It's okay, we're almost done. We're getting a lot of good story time in. Themis, hello? Ah, you are returned. Should like to hear of what you discovered, though I believe your friend has business with us first. There you are, Kirameki. While you were away, Themis brought me up to speed on all that happened while I was held prisoner. His story shone light upon any number of questions that were niggling at my consciousness. Namely, those concerning the ethereal signature emanating from Asis La. Doubtless its source was Athena, reaching out as far as she could from her prison. ever grasping for someone to take Ericthonius' place, grasping for the body his soul resided in. I wanted to ask you, when you first found the crystal, were you unable to hear the memories stored within? Indeed, it was only after our research was well underway that I could hearken to its whispers. Contact with the crystal should have awakened the memories, but the passage of time likely changed Ericthonius' soul in subtle ways. Perhaps ethereal resonance was a gradual process in this case. However, being attuned to Ericthonius exposed you to Athena's voice as well. Doubtless, the choice to venture forth into Azizla was not your own. It was Athena's influence working through you. Do recall being strangely fixated on acting alone. I never would have encouraged such recklessness usually. Although the choice was not entirely my own, I am still ashamed of my actions. Reflection is how we plant the seeds of growth, although we must not blame ourselves for the events outside of our control. That voice in the crystal belonged to the person from which your soul originated. Well, not even the most brilliant researcher could come to that conclusion. It's true, that's a pretty far-fetched, concept. Your reassurance means more than you know. Thank you. Now, one final matter. Concerns the very crystal whose discovery set this adventure in motion. Perhaps sparked by recent events, a new light began to shine from within its depths. From my experience, this may indicate that a new memory has floated to the surface, eager to be observed. Ooh. For some time, the question of why La Habrea and Ericthonius would leave such a crystal behind in the first place has lingered in the back of my mind. With Ericthonius' memories and such magical talents as are at my disposal, I believe I can make this final memory manifest for us all to behold. Shall we witness it together? Yes, please. Alright, what do we got? Oh! Nice. I leave this memory for you, the future of our star. Final days have come, and the creation magics we have so relied upon now hasten our downfall. But despair has not yet won out. La Habrea and the others of the Convocation are working to stem the chaos which threatens to engulf our star. Their plan requires great sacrifice. Elidibus, Themis, has already offered to give his life for our salvation. I don't know if we told him about that part. And there is another problem which must be dealt with. Pandemonium, wherein are confined our most vicious creations. Even should we survive the final days, it will take time to restore order. If Pandemonium's cells were breached and their prisoners set upon the star, our hard-won peace would be obliterated in an instant. Someone must stay behind to ensure that never happens. With Themis and La Habrea otherwise indisposed, responsibility falls to me. And that is why I must defy the directive of the Convocation. My soul will not be offered to manifest the will of the star, but instead consigned to eternal vigil. I know that in doing so, the final days may take me. I may not live to see my duty upheld. That's why I have resolved to set this crystal adrift in the tides of the underworld. It contains memories of Pandemonium from both my father and I, and shall bear this warning to the future, even if I cannot. I've imbued the crystal with magics that will attract it to my essence. Even should I journey through the underworld and be born anew, this message will reach me. Pandemonium shall not be left unattended. If all else fails, then perhaps another woman, like my dear friend, will come along. One with an almost unnatural ability to pick up the scent of trouble. That's us. Hi. Wonder where she is now. How many souls has she saved, and how many beasts has she slain since last we met? I mean, right now, none. Alongside my warning, this memory shall carry a wish. Kirameki, may we meet again. Oh, we did. Now listen well. Anyone receives this message, you must come to Pandemonium. Please make haste. Repeat. But Pandemonium is no more. Well, that dispels the last of my doubts. Thank you for humoring me. Now we come to this. It survived. Oh, is that the heart? Yes, the heart of Sabik. That's some dangerous shit you got right there. Tie that bound Athena's memories to my body, no doubt. When I regained my senses, I found it on my person. Now it appears your efforts have left it bereft of memories. No trace remains of Athena. However, its power as oversight yet remains, and it may prove to be valuable It may prove to be a valuable trove of knowledge in the hands of the right researcher. I feel that fate has left it with me for a reason. Shall take my leave, but on behalf of my colleagues, nay, the entire star, thank you both for putting an end to Athena's wickedness. I mean, you certainly had a hand in that, so, I mean... Thank you? Okay, bye. Very interesting. So... Well, at the end of things, Eric Thonius stayed behind in Pandemonium the entire time. That's a lot to sink in. Voiced. I see. And Hephaestus' story has been laid bare. As is the nature of our mysterious crystal. The questions which led us into Pandemonium are answered, and soon order shall be restored. Hold on. Not story related, but definitely a thought. Is this the first time we've had voiced cutscene in the Raid series? We usually only get it during, like, MSQ, so... Kinda cool, actually. I too can fade away, unburdened by regret. I could not have reached this point without you, friend. So many revelations. There are more if you would dig a little deeper.
この世界に漂うエリディブスの魂から作られた私が何を記憶していて本当はどう思っているのか。
Elidibus's soul was plucked from the ethereal sea, and from it I was wrought. Surely you have a passing interest in what I remember? In what I feel? I do, actually. I'm very curious about that. Please tell me.
正直に白状しよう。パンデモニウムについては記憶が補強されているようだが、それ以外はあらゆることが穴だらけだ。
You deserve what answers I can provide. While my memories of pandemonium are clear, all else is hazy at best. Probably for the best, because you had a very, very sad time from your mind kind of melting down. And yeah, then we fought and it was sad.
アテナの作り方による影響もあるだろうが、私はもう記憶が保持できなくなっていたのだろう。
Perhaps Athena made me this way, or perhaps it is the result of who or what I was before. I'm leaning towards the latter personally because becoming the heart of Zodiac did mess with him a bit. As we saw at the end of 5.3. And then, like, subsequently being separated.
おぼろげには思い出せるよ。君にとっては過去の、私にとっては未来の光景を。
Still, I can recall vague figures, scenes from my future, and your past.
水晶の塔の頂で、君と私は相対する。そして、同じ場所から君を送り出すんだ。
The crystal's tower at the crystal tower's peak we clash, and later from that selfsame spire I send you forth. Okay, so his soul is fully used up from the crystal tower, so okay, entirely here.
私たちの時代へ、エルピスへ。
Into our age, into Elpis.
どうしてそうしようと思いついたのか。影帽子には正しいところはわからない。
Why do I decide on such a course? Formless as these images are, I cannot say.
が、推測を立てることはできる。
However, I can hazard a guess.
私は欠けた記憶のどこかで君とパンデモニウムに挑んだことを覚えていた。
Somewhere within my fragmented memories, I catch a glimpse of our journey into pandemonium.
その姿を忘れ、経緯を忘れ、結末を忘れていたとしても、ほんのひとかけら残った事実が、君はエルピスに行くべきだと私に思わせたんだ。
A glimpse which shows not the path we took, or the destination where it led us, yet by its very presence demands that you are required in Elpis.
そうして君をエルピスに送ったことがアーテリスを救うことにつながったというのなら、
And even if that act is but one link in the chain of events which ends in Atheris' salvation,
無駄じゃなかったよ。君と私が共に戦ったことは何一つとして。
then this all has meaning. Our time together, every moment, is worthwhile. Aww. This is like a moment that we needed with Elidibus.
なら、恨むも何もないだろう。
And I am unburdened by regret. He had like a really rough end of his life, and like this is kind of the closure to his character that we really needed. He did his best to save the star. In the end, it worked out. And we're friends. That said, it is possible my motivations become something else entirely. That you would cross this vast expanse in the hopes of being reunited with your allies. Devotion that once would have baffled me. But after having been to the depths of that twisted prison and back, I think I can understand. He's my little buddy, yes. He will always be my little buddy. Now, I have pulled back the curtain as far as I dare. The people of your age call this the Ethereal Sea, a name I quite enjoy, for it teems with life and each star is a soul on its journey. And among these uncountable stars, it was yours that crossed my path. For that, I shall be forever grateful. I wish you well on your journey. A journey as long as your star is bright. A journey not bound by the confines of this world or any other. Bye, little buddy. You will be missed. We're getting ethereal sea talk? How fascinating the truth that dwells at the edge of sleep. The course of history is set by its victors. It is immutable, and yet... the star continue upon its path? Look. A light. I hope you are reborn into someone we can become the greatest of friends with. Aw, little buddy. Let's talk to the kids. With matters settled and memories of events still fresh in my mind, I think soon I'll begin the record-keeping process. This time I saw everything with my own eyes, a perspective which will be of great use when I sit down to write my when I sit down to write my reports. That's gonna be savage stuff later. Rusinol, hello. My own research and studies have fallen by the wayside in Professor Claudian's absence. My thesis remains unwritten, and its deadline looms on the horizon. Claudian, hello. Welcome back, Hirameki. I hope you said farewell to Themis for me. It's more or less. Recent events have given me not only a new focus for my research, but also insight into my own origins. Truly, 'tis a gift I could never hope to repay. As Lahabrea said, I am not Erichthonios, yet I bear a part of him inside me, and I shall do what I can to follow the traces he has left behind in the present day. A spark has been struck in my mind. I am ready to pursue my research with a fervor like the likes of which I have not had since my youth. Doubtless I shall have need of you in the days and moons ahead. When that time comes, I hope that you will once again lend me your sound counsel. Until then, may you fare well. Ooh, what should we take? I do like to have some spell speed, so we can take a little bit of that. We already got some piety earlier. Awesome, Jail! Great job! Nice achievement. Okay. Good job on the Jail. Alright, so the relic exchanges here. We are doing 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, unsung. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look at what the full set looks like. We want save outfit. And we want to put on the rest, including the pieces we're going to buy right now. 640, nice. I mean, that's kind of cute. I don't know if I like the robes as much as I like the ones that I'm wearing. Actually, I like the ones I'm wearing best because you can see my 1.0 tattoo peeking out. It's very neat, but this is very pretty. I like it. Sparkles. Dude, it sparkles! Is the sparkles from... Oh, is it everything that sparkles? Oh my god. If it all sparkles, that's amazing. Let me be shiny, damn it. Okay, let's put this stuff on. So let's go outside where the lighting's better, but I should still put it on. Equipping. I'm pretty sure, yep, that's gonna be the best gear. Oh shit! I overwrote Ninja. Oh no! It's because I changed jobs while I was not on this character. Or, sorry, not on this, profile. Hold on. I gotta fix this. Where's my ninja weapon? Mech Bard. Black Mage Dancer asked. What the frick? Oh, it's probably blue. No? Hold on. Damn. And oh, there. Oopsies, I overwrote the wrong one. Then let's go back here. There we go. Now we're on the white mage gear set. Okay. That was horrible. Yeah, I don't like the gloves as much. Although the hands don't shine. What the heck, man? They want my sparklies. I mean, they work together. They're just not as cute. But hold on, let's take a look at the shoes. You can't see them very well. I think they kind of work. I'll think about it. We'll work on glamour stuff later. Alright, anyway. So that was Pandemonium. Oh my god, there's Triple Triad. Excuse me? More Triple Triad? Who is it? Which one of you can I... Oh my god, we can play against the assistant. All right, that's gonna be for later us. That's a later us problem. So that was the conclusion of the Pandemonium raid series for FF14. I really enjoyed that story. It was nice to get more information and background on Themis, also known as our Alita buddy. Is La Habrea redeemed? That's kind of one of the big questions going into the raid. When we first learned about it, is it going to redeem La Habrea? Yes and no. I mean, we can see he had the potential to be a good person, but he was still kind of like one of those hard-ass dads who's like... didn't have the best relationship, but, you know, he did love his son in his own special way. And the son eventually, as he got older, realized that and, you know, worked to forge the necessary bonds of family. So, I mean, that's fine. But we also know why he became an asshole. And I'm like, nah, I still hate present day you. You were kind of a dick. But I understand you better now. So it's not like fully redeemed, but we've come to an understanding. That's fine. Yeah. That was a good series. We got more information on Foresight, on Elpis, and how memory soul crystals work. So there's a lot to sink in. A lot of good stuff there. Alright. And that is going to do it for us for the evening. Let's go take a peeky at twitch.tv, see who's on. Oh my gosh. Team... Japanese people are getting ready for the savage raids. I see that. They're practicing. Ah! I'm jelly. Okay, anyway. I thought someone would be on by now, but none of the people we personally know are on currently. So, that will do it for us for the evening. Tomorrow, there'll be daytime stream tomorrow. We will go through 6.4 MSQ. Very exciting. So, I don't know what time tomorrow we will start. There is some stuff that I need to do before we begin. But yeah, look forward to MSQ tomorrow along with side quests. So that's tomorrow's plan. Now, have a great night, everybody. Thanks all for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's go to the end screen. I know what I'm doing. Whoop. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Thanks to all the lurkers, chatters, VoD watchers, people who stopped by, said hello, or just peeked in. I appreciate you all. Thank you to Kmartso for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome to the cafe. Hope you enjoy the desserts. But yeah, for now, we will wish everybody a wonderful day. Sorry, wonderful evening. Or maybe a wonderful day. I don't know. It's past midnight over here, so it's technically tomorrow already. We will have a daytime stream in several hours from now. I don't know exactly when. We'll figure it out. But yeah, have a great day. Have a great night, wherever you are. And I'll see you guys next time. All right? Thanks, everybody, and bye-bye.